What's up, PSGINT family? It's your boy PSGINT here, and today I will have my honest thoughts and opinions about the game against Juventus. Of course, Paris Saint-Germain were victorious in that game, but us only winning by 2-1 against Juventus, pretty much seaside, made us not get that first spot in the Champions League group stage, which is always our goal and always what we aim for. And today I will have my thoughts about what we could have done better in the Juventus game, what went wrong, and what we need to stop happening. First thing is, let's look at Juventus lineup. So as we know, they missed a lot of starting players, had players out of position. Alexandro playing as a center back. They had Miretti in this attacker slash midfielder on, like, even UEFA, even Champions League could not put him in a certain position. Fagioli playing as deep playmaker. But one thing we definitely saw from this is that Juventus, as they did in the first tie, they wanted to remove all the center spaces for Paris Saint-Germain to do what they're best at. Our best players, Messi, Neymar, Verratti, where do they like to operate? On the wings? No, in the middle, and that's what they did. They put, as you can see, the six players, in the defenders and the midfielders, the attackers dropped back, and even the wingers sometimes were inverted coming inside, meaning that they pretty much played with 8 to 10 players there in the middle. We tried to force the ball a lot of times because we were playing with a 4-3-1-2, which evolves pretty much solely on creating stuff from the center. The goal from Kylian Mbappe came from the center. Even the second goal, you can put it that Messi pass from the center, but that was more in a transition where Juventus were not packed like this. And Galti should have known this, and I think Galti should have done something different. So he pulled up with the usual 4-3-1-2 as usual. And the problem for me is you putting Soler in that position because, listen, we have a free-flowing system with Messi, Mbappe, and Neymar. They have no roles. They are free players. But why they get that free role is because of how good they are. But then when Soler comes in, you can't play as if like Neymar is still there, because that's how we played. We played like, oh, Neymar is still there on the pitch, and it did not work because Soler is nowhere near Neymar's quality, especially in that position, and Juventus knew that. But I also have to say, as I said before, us playing with this very narrow formation, very central orientated formation, made it really hard because Juventus had 10 players there in the middle, and we were always trying to go from the middle. I wanted and I hoped more from our wingbacks in this game. But as I said, we tried to play like Neymar was there on the pitch, which we never should do. And I hope Galtier learns from this lesson that when Neymar's gone, you have to maybe change formation or change something because it's not working. It's not working. This is what I think maybe you should have even pulled up with as the starting lineup. Of course, you can put Fabian or Soler in that midfield position, but I thought he should have played with a 3 at the back, or even playing a Ekitike up top, Messi a bit deeper. But we needed to use the width, and that's what we did not do in this game. In the previous game against Juventus, why it went better is because we used the width with Hakimi and Nuno on the wings, making their wing backs needing to go and track them, or having 2v1 duels there. For example, Kylian Mbappe and the left back for Paris Saint-Germain could have gone 2v1 versus Cuadrado on the wings. That's what we should have done, but we didn't do. We did not use our wings. We did not use those sides pretty much. We could have even played a 3-4-3. 2 midfielders. You got Messi as the center forward up top, Mbappe on the left, and then maybe Soler as a right winger, or Ekitike playing a similar role to what Moise Kean did against Barca in that time. But I definitely think we should have used the width, even in a formation like this. When Fabian went out, you take out Soler as well. Oh no, you just push him down as a midfielder and you play with that 4-4-2 flat. I think defensively we would have been better like this. And one thing that would have improved as well, as I said, is the width. We would have had 2v1 versus Juventus, Vitinha and Bernal on the left, alongside Kylian Mbappe, of course, and then Renato Hakimi on the right, alongside the midfielders and Messi helping out. And for me, that's the issue we did here in the Juventus game. We thought we played with Neymar, and we played very centrally orientated when Juventus, that was what their defending job was to do, not letting us go into the middle. As we saw Lionel Messi, he was covered by 2-3 Juventus players at every single point. Of course, we cannot defend Messi solely on that. He did not have one of his best performances. His touches were not perfect. Lost the ball quite quite sometimes, which is very un-Messi like, but there are still valuable excuses to have for La Pulga. And as I said, Juventus, their team, it was all about being on Messi. It was the same in the first Juventus game, and it's the same here in the second Juventus game. Their main player to take away from the game in both ties, it was Lionel Messi, because they fear him. They know that when he gets the ball in the zone where he likes to operate, all he needs is one simple pass from Lionel Messi, and it's an assist and it's a goal. And that's what Juventus did in this game. Second of all, we have to talk about Bernat. Juan Bernat should not play any single minute for Paris Saint-Germain. I don't know, bring in a youngster from the academy that can play left back. Buy someone very cheap from League N, because Bernat cannot be that left back. He does not offer what we need in this system. I know that he has experience and maturity, but that's not enough. That's not enough. I would rather have someone that doesn't have maturity and experience, but has the willing power, has the speed, has the dynamic moves, and is more fearless than Bernat, because Bernat fears everyone. He doesn't like to push up. He doesn't pretty much like to do anything. Because we saw how the game changed when Nuno Mendes came on. He just switched the game. Cuadrado didn't do a single thing in the second half, and that was mainly due to Nuno Mendes. And Nuno Mendes even scored the goal, showing that he was complete both offensively and defensively. Why? Because he's not fearless. Why? Because he has pace. Why? Because he has a functioning brain. And I mean, we've always known how good Nuno Mendes is, but after that performance, that 30 minutes against Juventus, is just showing how really important Nuno Mendes is to the system. But Bernat we need to move on from him. We need, please, something in January. Second thing is Marquinhos. I've always talked about the baby step improvements he has made this season, and look at that performance against Juventus. Saved us a couple of times with these crucial tackles and interceptions, winning the ball back. Marquinhos was a real captain in that game. One of the best players in the team, and he's finally coming back. He's not there yet at the prime Marquinhos I used to remember, but he's steadily coming back to that, and that's exactly what we need. Especially if he has a banging World Cup with Brazil, maybe even winning it, he will come back very mentally strong to the Paris Saint-Germain lineup. Kylian Mbappe, I mean, the Champions League, that's his competition. Even though Paris Saint-Germain didn't play that well, even though Mbappe didn't get the best service this game because Messi didn't get the ball either, he still got that amazing goal and that assist for Nuno Mendes, showing that Kylian Mbappe, when it comes to the Champions League, he just turns on a click. Very similar to his idol, Cristiano Ronaldo. And lastly but not least, we need to respect Benfica. We need to respect Benfica because they played out of this world in this group stage. Even though it was very small margins, them coming first in this group, I still think we need to respect them. They went unbeaten in the group stage, winning every game apart from the 2 games against us, and getting those 6 goals against Maccabi. I just have to respect Benfica for that they did. Simple as that. But I also blame Paris Saint-Germain not scoring and not conceding less in the games they played in this group stage. But talking about this game, as I said, the problems I would say are Paris Saint-Germain try to play like Neymar was on the field, and then we played very centrally, even though we knew before the game, we knew from the past Juventus game that Juventus will play very centrally orientated. But that was it for my thoughts and opinions about Paris Saint-Germain's game against Juventus. Make sure to comment down below what you thought about the game. Did I miss something important in this video? Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel as always, and as usual, ale bye.